What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pelican. I'm going to be back today with more Danmachi. Guys, today we have Familia Rush incoming here really soon, if maybe not already, by the time you're watching this. So, let's talk about this event. First of all, the main thing you want to understand about this, if this is your first Familia Rush, is that this is a raid boss event. Basically, we have 3 different enemies, or 3 different stages of enemies that are incoming. There's enemy number 1. Once this enemy is defeated, they will bring in enemy number 2. Once that enemy is defeated, they'll bring in enemy number 3. And each time, they will level up and get a bit harder. Now, eventually, there is a cap, and they do recycle. But the basis of this is it is a raid boss event, and you want to defeat each boss as a Familia as quickly as possible. And each one will have a different condition. Enemy number 1 here, Clay Rocks. That is, Material Killer is effective, so any unit that has a Material Killer is going to have an extra boost against these opponents, and it says up here when Magic Attack is effective, so when units with a Magic Attack will be most effective against this. We'll get down here to the stats here in a moment, and we'll discuss that. But these opponents of yours will increase their counter rate, so they're going to increase themselves and each other's counter rate at some point during the game, so they will be countering you. They will also increase all target damage received to yourself. Basically, it says enemies increase target damage received. Basically, any damage they're outputting that is an AoE attack will do more damage. That is a debuff that can be removed, and that can be, decreased or whatever, but they will be debuffing your AoE resistance. Finally, it says allies increase magic and physical resist. So their magic and physical resist will also be buffed, and that is something that you can remove or decrease yourself. Removing that buff that they're going to apply themselves is going to be your best bet to performing damage. That is going to be one of the biggest hurdles in this fight in getting real damage out of your units. You've got to get rid of that buff. Now, remember I said magic resist and wind resist are your best bet. Physical resist is, physical is resisted 20% already. So if you go at this with a physical team, you already have a bit of a hurdle to overcome. Magic resist is down 40%. So that means any debuffs you do to magic are already at a 40% advantage. Basically, when you go in and you look at their stats, it's going to show that their physical resist is up 20% and their magic resist is down 40%. So if you debuff magic resist another 10-15%, it's going to go down to 50 and 55%. So that's why it says you need to use a magic team. Fire resist is up 30%, so fire teams completely out. You do not want to use fire teams. Earth, water, thunder, light, and dark teams, those teams are all neutral. They're backup teams, but wind is already down 50%, so any debuffs on top of wind already have a massive advantage. So you really want to use a magic wind team here, especially one that can remove those magic resistance buffs that will be put on your teams, so on your opponents. So that is the gist of this. It says down here, wind magic attack is effective. Dreamful Reveria, a wind unit with Material Killer, will make a great attacker. The powerful Reveria's SA is indexed to the magic resistance buff of the target, so be sure to use the SA at the right time. Basically, use your SA as soon as those debuffs are applied, and you're going to get a lot out of a unit like that. The best part is you then need to, once you remove that, and I believe she does, I could be wrong there, but I believe she does, then everybody else after her is going to have a better time anyway. So just plan your teams out. We'll probably talk about this. I'm going to be lacking some of these units, and usually what I like to do is come in and build some teams for you guys later on in the event. But for now, that is enemy number 1. Once they're defeated, in comes enemy number 2. Vent Rock times 3. Material Killer is once again effective. Fire attacks are effective. They will increase their strength and magic resistance, and also increase their physical and magic. I'm sorry. They'll increase their physical and magic resistance and increase their strength and magic attacks. So basically, they increase their offense and defense. And so in those situations, you just need to be aware and take advantage. So they're going to basically buff everything they possibly can. The interesting thing about this unit, or these units, I guess I should say, physical and magic resistance are both neutral. Fire resistance is down 60%, so you could technically use either a physical team, a magic team, or a combination of the two. Now, any units with Material Killer are also going to get a bigger boost. They get about a 50% boost over everybody else. Earth, Wind, and Water are all buffed 30%. So you, or I say buffed 30%, are all 30% resisted. So you are going to have a harder time with that. Remember, there's literally a 90% difference between Earth, Wind, Water, and Fire, which is down. Thunder, Light, and Dark are also neutral, but with Fire down so low, you really need a Fire team. With or without Material Killer, you gotta have Fire team. It says down here, Fire attack is effective. You are recommended to use units with Material Killer, Delusional Elf Leafia, and Confusion Princess Eyes. Enemy skills that increase strength and magic, or enemy uses skills that increase strength and magic. So deal with it with Leafia's second skill that decreases strength and magic. You have a lot of those actually in the game. And Eyes' SA becomes powerful, being indexed to the target's strength, magic, and physical resistance buff. So make good use of it. I told you guys Eyes would shine in this, and this is her moment. She is going to do really well at this event. Really, really well. Once they're defeated, enemy number 3. Clay Rock, Material Killer is effective. When physical attack is effective. Self, strength 30%. Enemies, remove strength, magic, and elemental damage buffs. So any elemental damage buff will get removed. And they will increase his strength to try to do a bit more damage to you. Physical resistance is down 40%. Magic resistance is neutral. Fire resistance is up 30. Earth, Water, Thunder, Light, and Dark damage are all neutral, while Wind is down 60. You need a physical Wind team. It's just going to do so much more than any other team. Wind single target effects Wind single target effects are effective. You're advised to use a unit with Material Killer as an attacker, like the new Bell. The enemy will remove your strength and magic and elemental buffs, so pay attention to those status changes. Basically, as soon as those are removed, you have to reapply them. You can't replicate them. It really reduces the effectiveness of horror He-Man units like that. But a physical Wind team will clean up on this one, especially moments of Material Killer. So that's pretty much it. That's everything you need to know, guys. Go in, take this event on, go clean it up, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys on the next one.